Hello, I'm Pedro Pierluisi. I'm proud to represent the 3.5 million American citizens of Puerto Rico in the U.S. Congress, and I'm honored to join you, the men and women of the Farm Credit Administration, in commemorating Hispanic Heritage Month. I am sorry I could not be there with you in person because of prior work commitments. I would like to thank the Hispanic Organization for Leadership and Advancement, especially its current chairwoman, Ili Suarez, for hosting this event. I understand that your membership reflects the diversity of America's Hispanic community, with employees that trace their heritage to Puerto Rico, Mexico, Nicaragua, and El Salvador. Increasing diversity at the FCA and within the federal workforce more broadly is essential. When we can draw upon the wisdom of a workforce that reflects the population we serve, we can better understand and meet the needs of our customers, the American people. As you know, the Hispanic community in America is not monolithic. We have different and diverse ethnic, racial, and cultural backgrounds. As Hispanic Americans working for the federal government, we're proud of the word on each side of the hyphen. On the one hand, we're proud to be American and proud of the work we do to perfect our union. On the other hand, we're proud of our Latino heritage, history, and culture. We're proud of who we are, just as we are proud of where we came from or where our parents or grandparents came from. Hispanic Heritage Month is an opportunity to celebrate the many contributions that Hispanics have made to this great nation, particularly through service in our federal government. It is a time to highlight the progress we've made and the obstacles we have overcome, but it is also a moment to reflect upon the distance we still have yet to travel in order to achieve full equality of opportunity. I want to commend you for the work you do day in and day out at the FCA. Your mission is of vital importance. You ensure the safe and sound operation of the banks, associations, service organizations, and other entities that, taken together, compose the farm credit system. These lending institutions provide credit to farmers, ranchers, rural homeowners, and others. If the FCA were not there to regulate the lending practices of these institutions, those who grow our food would not be able to access adequate and dependable credit. The work of this independent federal regulatory agency indirectly benefits all Americans who produce and consume food, including the nation's 54 million Hispanics. Your work also directly benefits the many Hispanics throughout this country who work in the agricultural sector. These men and women perform difficult, often backbreaking work, and the lending institutions you regulate help make their lives and their livelihoods just a little bit easier. Puerto Rico, a U.S. territory since 1898, benefits from the FCA to the same degree and extent as the 50 states. In 2010, my congressional office worked with the U.S. Department of Agriculture to arrange for USDA officials to visit Puerto Rico and conduct a workshop for farmers on the island, informing them of the various federal loan programs that exist to help them purchase supplies, equipment, and land, and to otherwise improve their operations. Then, in 2011, my office, working in conjunction with the government of Puerto Rico, hosted a delegation from the FCA, including the FCA's chairman in Puerto Rico. It is my understanding that this was the first time that an FCA chairman traveled to Puerto Rico. The delegation toured many of the island's farms and held a series of meetings in which it discussed federal lending programs that can benefit the territory's farmers and ranchers. These workshops and personal visits have a positive impact on the agricultural sector in Puerto Rico because they increase local awareness of the federal programs and resources that are available. They also help federal officials better understand the particular challenges and opportunities that our farmers and ranchers and those who lend them money are confronting. As you undertake your daily work at the FCA, I hope that you will keep in mind the aspirations of Puerto Rico and the broader Hispanic community. I would be remiss if I did not say a few more words about Puerto Rico in particular. As I noted, there are 3.5 million U.S. citizens that reside in Puerto Rico. There are now also 5.2 million men, women, and children of Puerto Rican birth or descent living in the 50 states. Puerto Ricans are the second largest Hispanic group in the United States. As a U.S. territory, Puerto Rico has been part of the American family since 1898. That is for 117 years. Since Puerto Rico came under the American flag, its people have made countless contributions to this country in times of both war and peace. Historically, residents of Puerto Rico have served in the U.S. military in great numbers, with valor and distinction. 9 men from Puerto Rico have earned the Medal of Honor. Moreover, last year, Congress approved and President Obama signed into law a bill I authored to confer the Congressional Gold Medal on the U.S. Army's 65th Infantry Regiment. This was mostly a Puerto Rican unit that distinguished itself for exceptional bravery in the Korean War. Apart from demonstrating exceptional courage on the battlefield, the men of the regiment, who were known as Borinqueniers, helped dispel negative stereotypes held by some of their fellow soldiers. The Borinqueniers exemplify the rich record of military service that men and women from Puerto Rico, and Hispanics more generally, have rendered to this nation. Beyond military service, Puerto Ricans and other Hispanics have made many important contributions to the fabric of American life in fields like law, science, politics, diplomacy, the arts, and athletics. Figures such as Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor, NASA astronaut Joseph Acaba, baseball star Carlos Beltran, and the legendary agricultural labor and civil rights leader Dolores Huerta are just a few of the countless Hispanic men and women who have made our nation great. Notwithstanding these many contributions and the progress America has made in the fight for equality, dignity, and justice, much work still remains to be done to achieve full inclusion of the Hispanic community in our society. In particular, I believe that political leaders must work together to enact comprehensive immigration reform that creates a reasonable path to U.S. citizenship for millions of undocumented immigrants, most of whom are Hispanic. These men and women, many of whom are essential to the proper functioning of our agricultural economy, deserve a chance to become citizens of the nation that their labor helps to build, feed, and sustain every day. Similarly, even though Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens, our citizenship is second class. Because Puerto Rico is a territory, my constituents can fight for this country in the armed forces, but cannot vote for their president and commander-in-chief, are not represented in the Senate, and have a single non-voting delegate in the House. In this position, I can introduce bills and vote on committees, but I cannot vote on the House floor. Accordingly, Puerto Rico has limited capacity to use the political process to protect and promote its interests, which is the essence of our democratic system of government. Moreover, Congress has a license to treat Puerto Rico worse than the states under federal spending and tax credit programs, and Congress often uses that license. Like our immigrant brothers and sisters, we too aspire to be treated equally by the country to which we have given so much. And we're making our aspirations heard loud and clear. As a firm believer in citizen equality and making America a more inclusive society with opportunity for all, I strongly support statehood for Puerto Rico and look forward to the day when the U.S. citizens of Puerto Rico will have a fully democratic and dignified political status. Our shared history, traditions, language, love of family, and embrace of life are the essence of what it means to be Puerto Rican and Latino. But it is our belief in democracy, freedom, justice, and the rule of law that binds us permanently to the broader American family. By celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, we honor the work and the sacrifice of those who have come before us and have made America the nation it is today. We also renew our commitment to making our society more inclusive so that we can unleash the full power and talent of our citizens. Therefore, this Hispanic Heritage Month, I invite you to celebrate the richness of Latino history and culture as we inspire new generations to continue contributing to the unity and diversity that make America great. Thank you. Que Dios los bendiga.